So in reaction to the recent incidents that occurred in Buffalo, New York and Uvalde, Texas, the state of New York has introduced a bill which will make it a felony to purchase or possess body armor. So let's talk about this. But real quick before we jump into this video, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel over the last couple weeks to help me reach that goal of reaching 300,000 subscribers by my 3-year anniversary on YouTube, which is in mid-July or early July. So again, thank you guys so much for all of your support. Also, I want to thank one of the main sponsors of this channel, which is USCCA. Through your membership, you get training, education, and self-defense liability protection. So if you carry a firearm, I highly recommend you take a look into USCCA, and I'll put a link to them down in the details section. So like I said in the intro, the reaction to the recent incidents in Buffalo and Uvalde, Texas, there have been renewed calls for more gun control at a state level and also at the federal level. In prior videos, we talked about how the state of New York introduced a bill mirroring the Texas abortion law in a way that would allow private lawsuits against gun manufacturers. Then we talked about a new federal bill that was introduced to require a federal license that everyone must have if they want to purchase or possess a firearm. Well, now there is a new bill that was introduced into the state of New York, and this bill seeks to ban the purchase and possession of body armor. This bill we'll be talking about in the video is S-9407. The working title of this bill is an act to amend the penal law in relation to the unlawful purchase or possession of a body vest. This body armor ban was introduced by Timothy Kennedy, and I will leave a link down below to the bill if you want to read it for yourself. The claimed purpose of this bill is to find a person guilty of the unlawful wearing of a body vest while committing any misdemeanor or felony, regardless of the nature of the crime that is committed. Now, the claimed purpose of this bill, when you read it, sounds like they're only going to create an enhancement penalty for someone who commits a crime while wearing a vest. Many states have enhancements similar to that. The state of California also has a criminal enhancement component where if someone commits a crime while wearing a vest, they can enhance the penalty if the court wants to. But if you look at the actual text of this bill, you will see that it's an outright ban on the purchase and possession of body armor, and it makes the mere purchase or possession of an item a misdemeanor or a felony. So let me read to you the text of the bill so that you can actually see what this is trying to do. It states a person is guilty of the unlawful purchase or possession of a body vest when he or she knowingly and unlawfully purchases or possesses a body vest, as such term is defined in a different penal section, and we'll cover that in just a section. It states that this section shall not apply to the active law enforcement officers, firefighters, or other first responders, or those whose occupations require the use of body vests as determined by the Department of State. It goes on to state that any person currently in possession of a body vest, as such term is defined, shall have 15 days from the effective date of this act to dispose of such body vests at any local or state law enforcement agency. The bill then concludes that it shall take effect 16 days after it is passed into law. So under New York law, a body vest is defined as a bullet-resistant soft body armor providing as a minimum standard the level of protection known as threat level 1, which shall mean at least 7 layers of bullet-resistant material, providing protection from 3 shots of 158 grain lead ammunition fired from a .38 caliber handgun at a velocity of 850 feet per second. So this bill is an outright ban on body armor. It bans any vest, plates, or protection that is above a level 1 threat protection. So that's a lot of body armor, pretty much the common body armor that you might own. I mean, I have a ton of vests back there that are above a level 1, and this type of bill, if it were instituted in my state, would ban the possession of almost all the vests that I have. So the state of New York is using a tragedy once again to institute their gun control. It also constitutes a governmental taking since they will force anyone who is in current possession of the items to turn them over to law enforcement within 15 days. The state of New York doesn't even try to grandfather in the possession of body armor that you maybe already purchased and possess. Instead, they're going for an outright ban. Similar bills like this have been introduced in the past in prior years but have failed, but now you have a narrative in an incident, in that Buffalo incident, where body armor was involved, for them to now push this bill once again. Because of that, we hear a lot of people clamoring for a ban on body armor. A lot of states have mentioned it. People have mentioned maybe even a federal bill. And now you have the state of New York latching onto that incident to once again push a ban on body armor. Now, some of you may think body armor and bans on them does not implicate the Second Amendment. To that, I would absolutely say you are wrong. The Second Amendment does not just protect firearms from government overreach. The Second Amendment recognizes an individual right to self-protection and protection against tyrannical threats, both foreign and domestic. The term arm, as used in the Second Amendment, includes all items that are in common use by law-abiding people for lawful purposes. That includes defensive arms like body armor. In the Supreme Court case Caetano, the court held that the Second Amendment extends to all instruments that constitute bearable arms, even those that were not in existence at the time of the founding. So you hear a lot of people say, well, the founding fathers didn't have body armor. That type of arm is not contemplated in the Second Amendment. But that type of argument, that type of position has been completely destroyed at the highest level of our courts. Furthermore, the Supreme Court in Heller defined that arms covered by the Second Amendment include anything that a man wears for his defense or takes into his hands. So under the text, history, and tradition of the Second Amendment, body armor is a protected arm, and a ban on their purchase or possession is clearly unconstitutional. Again, even defensive items that you wear are protected, and that's clearly stated in our Supreme Court precedent. And again, the founding fathers also contemplated that. But the state of New York doesn't care about your rights or your right to protect yourself. They are simply using a tragedy to push a bill and their own agenda that has failed in the past, but now they have a narrative to push it once again. So if you're in New York, I highly recommend you contact your representatives and let them know you oppose this bill. Also, for the rest of us, we need to stay absolutely vigilant, because once a state like New York tries to pass a bill like this, maybe they even get a bill like this passed, other states will follow, like the state of California and others as well, because this never stays isolated, it always spreads. If we get any more developments on this bill, I will let you all know. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below and I'll try to answer best of my ability. Also, I want to announce that we've finalized the first run of Armed Scholar merch. I'm doing it in conjunction with Bunker Branding. So a lot of you guys know Bunker Branding. That's Matt from Demolition Ranch. That's his company, and he does merch. So this is going to be the first official merch run. It's only about like $25 a shirt, so we're not really making any money on it. Just a lot of you guys had asked for merch, and we're going to do our first merch run. So the link will go live about mid next week, and I'll announce that when it's live and you guys can purchase. Again, only about $25 a shirt, and there's going to be a variety of shirts. You have this one, and then a cream coloration of this shirt, and then we have the Liberty or Death shirt that a lot of you guys said you liked, so we're running that one as well. And then this is specifically for the California people. We did like a California Warrior shirt. So again, link will go live mid next week. I will announce that. I'll also probably announce it in another video, but I want to let you guys that we have finalized the merch and it's coming really soon. Also, if you like this video and like support the channel, one of the best ways to do that is to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help to fuel the algorithm or fuel Algor's rhythm. It adds fuel to his jet, and it signals to YouTube that you guys see value in these videos and in this type of 2A news. Again, I want to thank everybody who likes, comments, subscribes, who hits the notification bell, who shares these videos. You guys are directly impacting these videos, impacting this channel, and helping me to reach and educate more people than I could ever do on my own. So again, thank you so much for all of your support. And as always, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And never forget, this nation was built by Armed Scholars, and this nation will be maintained by Armed Scholars.